She walked into the dealership with quiet confidence. Simple clothes, tired eyes, a warm smile. She wasn't there to dream. She was there to buy. But the moment she stepped through the glass doors, the air changed. Whispers, cold stares. The salesman's smirk said it all. She didn't belong. Minutes later, she was asked to leave, accused of wasting time. She walked out in silence, her dignity bruised, but her spirit unbroken. The next morning, something arrived that would make them question everything they thought they knew. Watch until the end. Wait a second, tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Maria Johnson lived a quiet life. She is a retired nurse, loved by her neighbors, known for her kindness. No fancy jewelry, no expensive clothes, just humility and grace. Her husband, David, preferred privacy. He was a man who had built an empire in renewable energy but avoided the spotlight. Together, they lived modestly in a small town outside Atlanta, never feeling the need to prove their worth. That Saturday, Maria decided to surprise her husband. His birthday was coming, and she wanted to replace his old car with something special, a luxury model he'd admired years ago. She put on her favorite cardigan, tied her hair neatly, and drove to a well-known dealership downtown. To her, it was just a simple errand of love. What she didn't know was that this small act of kindness would expose the deep prejudice that still thrived beneath polished smiles and luxury branding. The dealership was sleek, glass walls, polished floors, and an air of superiority. The moment Maria stepped in, the receptionist's expression shifted. A glance at her worn handbag and old sedan parked outside was all it took. The woman's tone turned flat, professional only in appearance. Maria smiled warmly and asked to see the new luxury sedans. The receptionist hesitated before calling over a salesman, a tall man in a tailored suit, fake politeness masking judgment. "Ma'am, these vehicles start at 6 figures, he said carefully, as though explaining to a child. Maria nodded. "I'm aware. I want to test drive one." He chuckled softly, the kind of laugh that wasn't meant to be heard but was. "We usually require a pre-approval check before that," he replied. Then came the whispers, 2 other salespeople watching, amused. One muttered, "She's probably lost." When Maria offered to show her ID and bank proof, the salesman waved it off. "Ma'am, we can't just let anyone touch these cars." The insult hung in the air, heavy and sharp. Embarrassment flushed her cheeks, but she stood tall. "Anyone?" she asked quietly. "Yes," he said. "This isn't that kind of place. That was it." She turned, eyes burning, not from shame, but from realization. As she walked out, she caught her reflection in the glass, calm, composed, and utterly heartbroken. Behind her, laughter followed, echoing through the showroom like a cruel soundtrack to injustice. The next morning, sunlight poured over the dealership lot as a black Rolls Royce Phantom pulled in, its silver grille gleaming. Every employee froze. From the driver's seat stepped a tall man in a tailored suit, David Johnson. He was calm, composed, but his eyes carried fire. Without a word, he handed the keys to the valet and asked to see the manager. The same salesman appeared, smiling nervously. David's voice was steady. "Yesterday you turned away my wife." The room fell silent. The manager stammered, apologizing profusely. Cameras recorded as David signed a check for 2 luxury vehicles. Then he turned, looking directly at the salesman. "Deliver them to our estate. And next time, remember, wealth doesn't always wear designer." The room froze, and shame filled every corner of that pristine showroom. Later that week, the story went viral. Security footage from the dealership leaked. Maria's calm grace in the face of humiliation, and her husband's quiet retribution. The internet erupted with support, but Maria stayed silent. For her, it wasn't about revenge. It was about truth. She knew this wasn't just her story. Every day, countless others faced the same invisible wall, judged by skin, accent, or appearance before they even spoke. She wanted people to see how deep the wound of racism ran, even in places that sold dreams. As she looked out at the driveway, the cars gleaming under the sun, she whispered, "Maybe now they'll think twice." But the real question is, how many more Mariahs will it take before respect becomes the default? Where are you watching from? Take care.